on time and calls playing parts in this broken and uncertain mist. Here upon this rotten ledge, I await your choice before the last one fades. Try to ponder why the innocent define the violence of our time. It's not the cycle that's defined. The water's at my knees, and it's rising up to me. The silence of my mind. All the promises I made.
I promised you a Euro 2016 preview, and you got it. This is what I do. Keep my word. Welcome to the block. I am your host, Kyle Johnston. It's for the late night addicts, the early morning coffee drinkers, and yes, this is the Euro 2016 preview. I do have some sports picks. I'll try to get to them a little bit later. I'll throw out a separate podcast, hopefully around 5 or 6 o'clock tonight. Hopefully I can get this out beforehand. I am on location, so I don't have the best of internet quality. So sometimes things are a little slow. But the Euros start Friday. I need to get a little preview in. So I'm going to break down each group. I'm going to tell you who I think is going to win each group. I'm also going to tell you who I think is going to win the tournament. I'm going to go through each squad, give you a little info about each team, go through their matches. So there's no sense rambling on. Let's begin. So it's in France. So let me get this music off before I get distracted. So it's in France. I do remember France 98. It was one of my first memories of football. I remember Ronaldo, the Brazilian squad down there in France 98. I really got into football in Korea, Japan 2002. I do remember Euro 2000 though. France went back to back. They had a pretty damn good squad then. And they're starting to build a pretty good quality squad now. We're starting to see a little new generation come in. We still have some old people. We still have the old guard with Patrice Evra, Bakary Sagna, manning the fullback positions on that back line, which I'm going to get to. I'm going to talk a little bit about that back line in France. A lot of people are going to talk about their scoring, but are they going to be able to, but can they stop people from scoring? Fuck. Can they stop people from scoring? That's going to be the big question for France when they get to the knockout stages. So, as it stands right now, we'll go through Group A. As soon as my internet wants to cooperate here. France, they're sitting at minus 300. I do know that. Switzerland, the Swiss are at plus 375. Romania, sitting there at plus 800. Albania, plus 2,500. I'm not going to waste too much time with Albania and Romania, but I will go through them for all you Romanian and Albania fans out there. Can't leave you hanging. So I'll start with the predicted lineup for France. And then I'll go through their squad. Didier Deschamps is their manager. He's been there for a little while. He's a quality manager. A little conservative at times, but he's got the players where he can really push forward now. Especially that midfield, man. Their midfield's one of a kind, man. It's definitely world class. So they got Hugo Lloris in net. They got Rami and Koscielny predicted to start in the middle of that back line with Sagna, with Bakary Sagna and Evra manning the fullback positions. You know, that's a lot of mileage on those fullback positions, man. I don't know if they're going to be able to keep up with some of these pacey wingers that some of these nations are going to be bringing. We're starting to see the mesh, the mold of technical skill and speed, and it's becoming a very beautiful thing to watch, especially when you watch the Spaniards or if you watch the Germans right now. Especially the Germans, they're molding, they're holding on that ball, showing a lot of technical skill, but their speed sometimes, man, and their power, man. You definitely need a new breed of fullback to be able to deal with that. And they need to be able to attack. Fullbacks have to be able to get forward right now to support the offense, especially if you want to score in international football. But anyways, their midfield, though, world class, led by Paul Pogba and Blaise Matuidi. As of right now, they looks like they're going with Sissoko on one side. They're probably Payet on the other, but Payet will be playing in the middle a lot. So maybe Blaise Matuidi will push out to the one side. Paul Pogba is going to be fun to watch. We're going to see what kind of role he actually takes up here on this France midfield. Because the kid likes to do it all, right? He just likes to do it all. But he's going to have to defend. He's really going to have to defend. They got to work together to help that back line out. Because if France is going to lose, it's because they can't keep the ball out of the net in the knockout stages. And now Hugo Lloris is a good keeper. But, I'm not confident with Koscielny and I'm not confident with Rami. But they got Griezmann and Giroud up front. It's a lot of, that's a yin and yang right there. They match each other well. Giroud, the big, powerful poacher. Any loose ball in the box, he's prone to get his foot on it. He's got some technical skill. He can hold the ball up pretty well. He's a good passer of the ball. Griezmann brings pace, a little bit of a killer instinct, some flair. So that's going to be an interesting. It's going to be an interesting watch. And they bring a lot of other quality players that we haven't even really got into. We'll start with the forwards, Anthony Martial. I'm a United supporter, so I'm very excited to watch Martial play. He's been given the 11 jersey, so he's going to see some time. We'll probably start off on the wing. A lot of people talk about the comparisons to Thierry Henry. Whoa. The kid's got a long way to go. He's got a lot of room to grow in his boots, so to speak. Is there some similarities physical-wise, the physicality? Yes. We'll see if he's got the mentality. I think he likes to score goals, though. I think he enjoys it more than most. He may not celebrate like most, but you can see it in his eyes. He's got that little killer instinct. He might be the X factor up front for this French team. They also got Gignac, who's playing his trade over for Tigres in the Mexican League. So they got a lot of different strikers up there that they can choose from depending what the situation is. They got a lot of soldiers in the midfield. If their starting forward doesn't quite work out, a lot of soldiers that can do a lot of good things, a lot of different things. Johan Cabaye, Morgan Schneiderlin, the new guy, the up-and-comer, the young kid, Kante, N'Golo Kante. So the guy that a lot of teams want right now, the Leicester midfielder. Kingsley Coman is an interesting one. Bayern Munich midfielder. So they got a lot of soldiers in the midfield, and they need it because they're back. The French defense is not very good. Christopher Gellet is getting a little older, getting a little up there in age, 32. Get a little long in the tooth. Guy that's going to be interesting, though, is Samuel Umtiti. He's young. He's physical. He's got a lot of legs left. But he doesn't have the experience. So it'll be interesting to see how they kind of introduce him. Same with Lucas Digne. But sitting at minus 300, I do like the French to win. Group A. Said they kick off the tournament against Romania. 3 points. They kick off their second game against Albania. 3 points. And they finish up against Switzerland. There's your classic draw. every lock has a key, so don't really take it. I haven't really broke those other games down too much, but you know France is going to show up against Romania and put on a good show. Speaking of Switzerland, we'll move over to the Swiss. They're going to be the biggest challengers in this group to France. They got some quality players. You know, Swiss usually, always there. Always a threat, but nothing was ever dangerous about the Swiss. Never a flair to them. Never an edge to them. Never a worry. Played them many times as an England supporter. But they're bringing some different kind of players to this tournament. I don't want matches just yet. So let's go to the predicted lineup of Switzerland. So they're bringing in Jan Sommer. He's a quality goalkeeper, former Basel goalkeeper. Playing for Mönchengladbach right now in the Bundesliga. You're going to find a lot of these Swiss players play in the Bundesliga. Bundesliga or Serie A. So they got some talent. Lichtsteiner, Juventus fullback. He's going to bring a lot of experience to that back line. So will Johan Giroud, former Arsenal center back. He couldn't stay healthy in Arsenal. Plays for Hamburg right now. Guy really to watch is Rodriguez in that back line. He's going to be fun to watch. Ricardo Rodriguez out of Wolfsburg. I was telling you that Switzerland are bringing in some different types of players. A whole new different level of quality. And Ricardo Rodriguez is one of them. He can hit you on the set piece. He's a great passer of the ball. He's going to be pushing forward from his left back position a lot. He's almost like a left wing back. So he's going to be a lot of fun to watch. If there's one guy to pick from the Swiss team to watch and have some fun with, is Ricardo Rodriguez. He's going to have a lot of fun. Seeing him link up with Shaqiri and stuff like that should be interesting. But once again, that middle of that back line, there's going to be some weaknesses there for Switzerland. I don't think they quite got the midfield really to create enough or have enough quality to help protect them either. They have an alright midfield. They're going to be led by Fernandez, old Gelson Fernandez, still there. Granit Xhaka, who's an Arsenal target. He might even have already signed for Arsenal. I've already kind of seen the rumors. Things look like they're signed, sealed, and delivered. They still got him down at Mönchengladbach here. But I wouldn't be shocked if he's playing for North London come next season. Xhaka. He's an interesting player. A lot of people think he's an attacking midfielder. I don't think he's quite got the quality to be an attacking midfielder in the Premier League, especially in the close quarters. I don't think he's quite got the creativity or the quickness, the mental quickness. But when he can step back a little bit and see the field, he's a great passer of the ball. He can control the ball pretty well. He's more of a box-to-box midfielder, I find, in the Premier League. But he's got the number 10 jersey right now for Switzerland. Xherdan Shaqiri, Stoke City, former Bayern Munich man. He's going to be fun to watch. He's just getting his mojo and his confidence back going. Like I said, him linking up with Ricardo Rodriguez is going to be fun to watch. Desmali, who's another pretty good midfielder, who I think is going to see a lot of time. Seferovic and Antoine Griezmann know each other quite well from the Real Sociedad days, so it's going to be fun to see them go head-to-head. I remember that one, I think it was a qualifier. I know it was Real Sociedad. I think it was a qualifier to get into Champions League, and they scored those back-to-back beautiful goals. Seferovic was from the sideline, and Griezmann had, was it somewhat of a bicycle kick or something like that? Man, they were both beautiful goals. So they know each other quite well. The Swiss will give them a little bit of a go, but, like I said, they play each other in the last game. So I wouldn't be shocked if it's a draw when both teams already have everything signed, sealed, and delivered. As we're going to move over to Romania and Albania. I don't want to waste too much time. I'll get to some stories as well. So I don't want to pretend that I know a whole lot about Romania or Albania. I've watched Romanian international football enough. I know some players. I can't say the same for Albania. But I know Romania's got Costo Pantiliman. They got their center back there, Vlad Churcheries. Let me go see how you pronounce that guy's name. The former Hotspur man. Tottenham Hotspur guy when they were spending all the Gareth Bale money. Costa Pantiliman and Cyprian are the two goalkeepers. They got some experience there. Vlad Chirichis is playing at Napoli right now, former Hotspur guy. He's going to bring a lot of experience to that back four. They're going to be playing for draws, low-scoring games, Romania. They don't quite got the offensive power to go forward. Alexandru Matel, he's going to be fun to watch. Dinamo Zagreb fullback, I've watched him in Europa League a lot. Razvan Rat, the old Razvan Rat, West Ham United supporters should remember him. He's got the awesome name, but he didn't quite bring the awesomeness to the pitch. He looked down his shape, and he was enjoying that pound money, it looked like. He looked like he was enjoying the bars and the pounds. Putting on the pounds. As I take a little look at their midfield, not too familiar with a whole lot, except for the Steaua Bucharest players. Pantili, I've watched him for a few times there in Champions League. Papa, he's familiar. And Nicolai Stansio, he's familiar as well. Now, as I move to their forwards, though, I don't want to pretend that I know any of these forwards at all. They're young. They're all under 30. Romania, they got quite an older team through defense and through midfield, but their forwards are young. Dennis Alibek's been given the number 9 jersey. I don't know why, because they don't even have it on their predicted lineup. A lot of the players that I have said, but they got Andone and Stanku starting up front. Florian Andone and Bogdan Stanko. I don't even want to try to pronounce their club names. Not too familiar with them. That's probably why they're sitting at plus 800. And we'll move over to Albania. Rampant Romania, see off Georgia. And we got to remember, the only reason why Albania and them are here right now is because there's 24 teams in the tournament right now. I don't want to pretend that they have a shot. They're sitting at plus 2,500 to win this group. It's not going to happen. Like I said, France is going to win this group. If France doesn't win this group, then they have big problems. So Albania, Coach Gianni De Biasi is hoping Tulant Xhaka will recover from injury in time. Odisi Roshi looks set to get the nod ahead of Andy Lila on the right of midfield. I'm not even quite sure who these players are. There's usually always somebody that I should be familiar with. Looks like a lot of these players, they're playing in Switzerland, they're playing in Greece, playing in Germany, Italy. I don't know how many minutes they're seeing on the pitch. Usually I would definitely recognize the last names, but I'm not recognizing a whole lot. So I don't want to waste too much time on Albania when I could be telling stories about my time at Euro 2012. Or moving on to Group B because France is going to win Group A. So before I get into Group B, we start to break down and save some bile and venom for the English squad. I had a damn good time at Euro 2012, I can tell you that much. Best trip of my life. Best trip. Messy trip, too. But I got everywhere. Everybody was great. I had no problems. Most of the nations were awesome. The host nation, Poland, was great. I was in Poland for like 23, 24 days. Flew into Amsterdam before that. Flew out of Amsterdam after that. Spent some time in a couple other countries. I remember I watched the Germany-Italy game down there in Germany, the semifinals. That was pretty wild. I was hoping that I was going to watch the final back in Amsterdam, so I was hoping the Dutch would do well, but they crashed and burned. That was a train wreck. But the tournament was not a train wreck. It was a damn good time. Money went a long way down there. Partying with the Irish was one of a lifetime. One of a lifetime opportunities partying with the Irish. I can't, there's no other way to explain it. It's hard to explain. Took a lot of photos, took a lot of videos. They basically took over Poznan. Poznan has what, like 220,000 people or so, and there was probably like 60,000 Irish in that town at one point. It was just wild. Like, they drink the trains dry. I remember sitting there, we were bombing down through Poland at 350 kilometers an hour, flying. And, usually I'd get on the train, put my stuff down, take a look around, check out the people who are sitting around me, get a little comfortable, gauge the area, gauge the situation. And then I get up and go to the bar car. And you definitely knew the Irish were at the bar car because you could hear them before you even got in there. But yeah, there was times where they drank the fucking train dry. And the conductor would stop at the next train station, send the crew out to go get some booze. And they'd be coming back and the Irish were just cheering them on the whole way. Saw Irish get cut off many, many a times. Playing kings with the Irish was basically chugging your beer every time you got something wrong or taking a shot. There was like no in-betweens. No in-betweens. Like, I had to tap out many a times. I was like, I've had enough. My wallet was making me tap out. But they were fun. They're class acts. The Irish were. They were definitely, they got voted fans of the tournament, supporters of the tournament, and they should have been. Remember watching Ireland and Italy in Poznan. It was awesome. The stadium was like 80% Irish. The Irish manager was Italian, Trapattoni. Yeah, they had an awesome chant. Whoa, Trapattoni. He used to be Italian, but he's Irish now. Whoa, Trapattoni. That was good. Remember, we turned on the Italian fans too, basically, man. Called them a bunch of match fixers and stuff like that. We were cheering on Croatia. We needed Croatia to draw Spain so they could get ahead of Italy. Obviously, it didn't come to fruition since Italy went to the finals and lost to Spain. But that was a good time, man. That was a good time. We were like, the trams on the way to the fucking stadium were just, like, it was a little scary. It was a little scary. I thought we were definitely going to tip it because we were just overpacking them. We were dancing. We were cheering. We were chanting. People were hanging out the fucking windows. We were like a couple of these huge Irish guys were just scooping up Irish fans and throwing them on the tram. They just see the jersey. And off we were going up to the stadium. It was just fucking madness. It was madness. But it was controlled madness, you know? There was nothing unsafe about it. I never felt unsafe. I felt safe the whole time. They were class acts, the Irish, down there in Poland. And I'll never forget partying with them. Many sleepless nights. Many nights that don't really remember too much. And I'll get into a couple of those stories later. But we'll jump into Group B right now. England, minus 120. Russia, plus 333. Wales, plus 350. Slovakia, plus 900. Now, my gut instinct says that England's going to show up and win this group, and then we're going to lose in the quarterfinals. Probably what's going to happen. Now, would it shock me to see England drop points to Russia? No. Would it shock me to see England drop points to Wales? No. So, why play with fire when you don't need to right away? And I definitely think Russia or Wales to win this group are live dogs. It's England. Even Slovakia is going to be a little bit tough on us. Let's go take a little look at the England projected starting lineup. Starting 11. They got a quality team. They got a different team this year. Especially with Harry Kane. Reminds me of Alan Shearer. We have a little bit of an Alan Shearer. Even Wayne Rooney when he was in his prime. He was never quite like Alan Shearer. Harry Kane reminds me of this guy. Well, we got Joe Hart in net. Kyle Walker. Gary Cahill. Chris Smalling. Danny Rose as our back four. Oh, God. Oh, God. Now, Chris Smalling was my whipping boy at United for years. Last 2 years, he's grown up a lot. He's shown a lot of quality. He's shown why we went out and got him from Fulham. But he's not quite there yet, and I don't know if he's got the guts to go up and really show his talent at an international level yet. I don't know if he's got the experience to help him do that. Kyle Walker, I'm not a big fan of at all. I'd rather see Klein in there. But then Klein's defense, Walker, he just makes mistakes, Walker. You watch, Walker will just make mistakes, and he always makes them some of the most crucial moments. Now, Danny Rose has played pretty well all year. If he can continue that kind of form, it'll be nice. He likes to get forward. He's speedy. He's fast. Doesn't mind being a little physical. But we don't got much else either on that left-hand side. You know, no Leighton Baines. In the midfield right now, Eric Dier. Interesting. We're going to put a lot of pressure on this young man's shoulders. He's got a lot of responsibility. Jack Wilshere, Danny Alley, and Wayne Rooney. Very interesting midfield. I think Wayne Rooney, playing in the midfield in international football, perfect for him. I think he's going to bring us a lot of qualities that England hasn't had in a long time. Now, that being said, do we need Wayne Rooney and Jack Wilshere in the same lineup? I don't know. They're going to do a lot of the exact same things. Wayne Rooney's got a little bit more experience. He's a better footballer. I'm a big Jack Wilshere fan. In fact, I got fucking Jack Wilshere on the back right here. But that being said, in an international tournament, is that really what we need? That's the old Frank Lampard, Steven Gerrard situation. Dele Alli, I think he should definitely be in the lineup. His form right now, there's not a whole lot of England midfielders that are on the same level as his form. Now, that being said, he's going to have a short leash. Harry Kane and Jamie Vardy lead the line. Jamie Vardy will probably play a little bit more of a wing role. And Harry Kane's going to be the man leading the line, which I'm very happy. Like I said, he's more of an Alan Shearer type striker. He's the poacher. Just get him the ball near that box, whether it's in the air or on the ground. He's got a lot of confidence coming in right now. I'm very interested. Very interested. Alan Shearer said Vardy should be on the bench. I kind of agree with that. I think he can be like a super sub. He's got a lot of energy. He's got a lot of pace. Attack that back line when they're tired. But we'll see. We'll see. We have a different type of squad right now, England. We're definitely going to be pushing forward a lot and controlling the ball a lot. It's just whether we can hang on when we don't have the ball. That back four, I'm very scared. Let's jump over to Russia at plus 333. You know Putin wants to win this. You know fucking Putin's telling the fucking boys, hey, there's some fucking gifts gonna be back home if you guys can pull this off and beat fucking England. This is one of those geopolitical matches. And you know fucking Putin's gonna be up for it. So let me just pull up Team Russia. Look at, and Russia always brings this quality squad, but Russia never has the guys that can quite take them over the edge. They don't ever have those guys. Either they're a little too old or they're a little too young. And they never seem to get this right starting 11 either. Now, Fabio Capello is an idiot. And that's why they got rid of him. They got Leonid Slutsky. Yeah, exactly. You heard that correct. It's the only time I'm going to say the manager's name. So Igor Akinfeev, he's been a mainstay of the Russian national team for years now. He's their goalkeeper. He's their go-to. He brings a lot of experience. The problem is, he's not that good of a goalkeeper. He's average at best. Not that good. He's made many mistakes on the international level. He's made many mistakes at the club level. And I wouldn't be shocked if he makes another one. Take a look at their back four. Smolnikov, Berezutsky, Ignashevich, and Shnikov. Some new players there, actually. We've got some new players back there. But still some of the same old. Berezutsky. The Berezutsky brothers, twins, I should say, still there. You know, it's Russia too. Russia, much like some of these other Romanian stuff, they usually bring an older club, an older squad. Smolnikov from Zenit, he's a quality player. He's going to bring a lot of quality to that back line. Plays down there at Zenit. A lot of these players are coming from CSKA. Ignashevich, 36 though. So there's a lot of miles on some of these guys' legs, man. A lot of fucking miles. That's usually the problem for Russia. Start off the tournament okay, they can't quite finish it. Remember, there's a lot of games in a short period of time. And you're bringing in a lot of defenders that are 29 years older. You know, you're bringing in experience, but what can I say? Shishkin, you know, he should get some playing time. He's a little bit younger of a center back. Be interesting to see what they do. I don't watch a whole lot of Russian football. I know them, though. I know them. Samdov, Kokorin. Kokorin's going to be a fun one to watch. Zuba. Could be very interesting. But a lot of people are looking at Alexander Kokorin. Arsenal is heavily linked to him. United's been linked to him sometimes. Some of the other Premier League clubs. Artem Zuba. That guy's got some talent. And he plays with a chip on his shoulder. Russia's always brought young strikers, but they never have quite seemed to step up in that moment. It was almost too big for them, right? And then you seem to bring a little bit of veteran, experienced defenders in that, and their legs seem to go. So we'll see if Russia can put it all together. They are missing some big names due to injury. But, to be honest with you, I could see England and Wales coming out of this group. I can see Wales nicking Russia. I can see them taking 3 points off Russia. I can see Wales taking points off England. I think England will show up against Russia. I think we will. England usually shows up for the first game of the tournament. Not too much pressure on them yet. That's Saturday. So I think England and Wales are going to get out of this group. I'm just going to go over and jump on Wales. So basically, as Gareth Bale goes, as Wales goes. If Gareth Bale's scoring goals, Wales will be just fine. And the earlier Gareth Bale scores goals, the better it is for Wales because it'll boost their confidence. Hennessy in net, average keeper. Gunter, Chester, Williams, Davies. That's a gutsy back line. You know they're going to fucking bring it because they're Welsh. A lot of them have Premier League experience, so they're going to bring it. They know what it is to play in big games. A lot of them have played in relegation games, FA Cup games. Ashley Williams is one of the better defenders in the Premier League for Swansea City. Taylor, Ramsey, King, Allen. It's a workman's midfield, but they got some technical skill. Ramsey, everybody knows Aaron Ramsey from Arsenal. He can score goals. He takes on a little bit larger role for the Welsh team, though. He can't quite always get forward. They're going to rely a lot on Joe Allen to hang on to that ball, distribute the ball, try to get it up to Robson Cano and Gareth Bale. Robson Cano, he's getting looked at, from some lower level Premier League teams. He's one of those championship poachers. He can score goals in the championship. He might struggle when it comes to the Premier League when they're playing some better teams. But I'm pretty high on Wales. Wales-England's going to be a hell of a game. England's got some big games, man. Not everything's set in stone. My gut says they get there. It's not going to be pretty. And then they lose in the quarters. But I wouldn't be shocked if Wales draws England and at least steals some points. I think Wales can beat Russia. I think Wales can beat Slovakia. In fact, I think a lot of this is going to go down to see how... let me just see Wales matchups here. When do they play England? Basically. Alright, so Wales opens up against Slovakia. They need 3 points out of that. Wales has to win. Then they play England. And I think they can get at least a point out of that, if not 3. So it's going to be interesting. And it's going to come down to Wales and Russia, I think, for one of those spots. Because I think England can beat Russia in the first game. And I think they're going to beat Slovakia. So England's going to have at least 6 points or so. So it's going to be very interesting. It's going to be a tight group. It's going to be a very tight group. That's why England's only sitting there at minus 120. That's why I think Wales and Russia are live dogs, especially Wales. I think Wales is the live dog. Slovakia's got some good player. Hamšík. I'll spend some time talking about Hamšík. He plays for Napoli. He's one of my favorite players in football. I would love for United to get Marek Hamšík, the captain of Slovakia, over there at Old Trafford. I'd be fucking pumped. He'd bring a chip on his shoulder. He'd bring a little bit of an edge to us. So I'm looking forward to watching the Slovakia games because of Marek Hamšík. That being said, they're going to struggle to score goals. They're going to struggle to keep the ball on the net. They do have Martin Skirtle to bring a lot of experience to that back line. But, they just don't have enough quality football players, Slovakia, to deal with a group like this. Especially when those top 3 clubs know that they need to be going. They need to score goals, and they need 3 points. Especially when they're playing Slovakia. So it's going to be very tough. Very tough for the Slovakians to get through. But they're going to have a fun team to watch. Hamšík's going to be great to watch. He's going to score a couple nice goals. I can guarantee you that in this tournament. Hopefully they're not against England. So Group A, France. Group B, my gut says England, but I think Wales is a massive live dog. I think Wales is a huge live dog. And we all know Putin's going to have that Russian team motivated. But the Russians, once they lose once, they're done. They've always been like that in world football. Once they lose or once they don't get it their way, they're done for the rest of the tournament. No fight back. It's over. Everything has to go right for Russia to get to where they want to get. England, Wales, I think are going to show a little bit more fight. So I think those are the two nations going through in Group B. I'm going to wrap up Group C and D a little bit later on. I'm going to get this out and to get to some sports picks. Glad you guys could join me. This is pretty fun. I said on my very last one, I'll go over the future bets. And I'll tell you who I think is going to win this tournament. I'll give you one or two live dogs. Everybody keep an eye on Croatia. I'll give that as a little tease. Keep an eye on Croatia. I think they're 25-1 right now. I don't know if they can win it, man, but they can sure go on a nice run. They have enough players, and they have good manager. They have all the qualities needed to go on a nice little run. They are in the group of death, but if they can get through that, that'll only toughen them up. So my next podcast, join me for Group C and D. We'll break them the fuck down. We're going to watch some Copa America tonight, and I'm going to break down some games, get another podcast done with my sports picks, get back on that diamond. I've been hot on the diamond. And just remember, if you're not laying the money down on the table, you're not winning.
promises I made. And the very things that fail. Try to wonder why the innocent don't find the violence of our time. It's not desire that I find. The world's at my knees, and it's rising up to me.